Palantir stock went from being $7 per share to reaching over $12 per share within a week, doubling within a week. Sheesh moment. Although it's still down like about 50 to 60% from their all-time high, this move is really impressive. And the reason why this happened is because they are profitable again for the second quarter, and they're looking to seem to be profitable every single quarter from now on. So that makes sense why the stock would surge up. More confidence, companies making money, no more at a loss. People can now measure how much Palantir can make on an annual and quarterly basis and thus invest accordingly. But can we retire off Palantir stock by 2030? And in this video, I hope to answer that. So if you guys are ready, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go. By the way, guys, I am not a Palantir shareholder. I personally don't really fully understand the company, but I am going all in into Tesla stock. But this video is about Palantir, not Tesla. So if you guys are ready, let's get into it. So let's first go ahead and see what we need for retirement, how much we need, what the return will be, monthly expenses, how much it would be calculating from now to 2030. So we know by 2030, we can live off comfortably. Let's start off with the monthly expense. In 2022, the average monthly expense was around $3,200 a month. And this would include, rent, food, internet, the basic living things that we need to live on I guess you can call this paycheck to paycheck, because this is definitely not enough to live a decent life. $3,200 a month. And by the way, this is only based on one person alone. That's it. No two, no three, just one person alone. Monthly expense is $3,200 a month, almost 40 grand a year, which is pretty expensive if you ask me. But anyways, let's just go off with that. So in 2022, $3,200 a month was a monthly expense average. So what I did here is that every single year I gave it a 5% inflation rate from 2022 all the way to 2030. And that $3,200 a month turned to $4,600 a month. I mean, imagine every month you're going to be paying almost 5 grand a month just for living expenses in 2030. That's like 60 grand a year. That's no joke, man. That's just crazy. But again, 5% is what it is now. Most likely it's going to average between 3 to 4%, but we're just going to stay conservative and give it a 5% inflation rate. Now, we don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. We don't want to be working just to live, right? We're not going to be living on $4,600 a month. That's just too depressing. We're going to slap on $1,000 to that. Just for, we want to go on vacation. You want to, buy yourself, treat yourself, go places. That'll be $5,600 a month. Let's just round it up to $6,000 a month. This way you're living more comfortably. You're more open. You're more flexible, which that would be about $6,000 a month and $72,000 annually just to live comfortably by 2030. So this is the amount that you need to live comfortably and to live off your investments on an annual basis to be retired. However, though, the question is now, how are we going to be generating the 72 grand or 6 grand a month? Well, most of you guys are probably thinking that you'll cash out entirely out of your Palantir investment and just use that, but that's not really a great idea, because you're gonna burn through that cash and become broke faster than you can say, ay caramba. So that's not a good idea. And let's also say that you're not too comfortable keeping a lot of money into just one stock, which will be Palantir by 2030, unless it's, giving dividends or doing heavy buybacks and they're growing at a rapid pace. And yeah, why would you want to move it out and put it somewhere else? But let's say they're not doing that and you want to put your money somewhere more safer. I'm talking about the S&P 500. On average, the S&P 500 gives between 10 to 11%. And this average is looking at the 100-year average. So we do have a lot of data to look back on. So it's reliable. But let's just say 10 to 11% is too much. And you want to stay more conservative, be more safe. I'm going to give it 7% return annually. In that case, you would need to have $1 million by 2030 to live off 7% compounded interest rate every single year to make $6,000 a month to live comfortably. So we need $1 million by 2030. Sheesh, how are we going to raise that? Well, we're going to hope that our boy Palantir here could do that by 2030. And I made this chart here. So if you guys are ready, let's get down to it. Let's see how many shares you would need. What the stock price will be, all that goodies. If you guys are ready, smash that like button. Let's go. Alrighty, so here's my Palantir chart. And as you guys can see, I have an ultra bear, base, bull, ultra bull, and mega bull case. I know it's a lot of, cases here, but I'm a little bit uncertain with Palantir because although they are growing 40% annually year over year right now, some are saying they can grow up to 87%, which will be the bull case. And some are saying Well, if you want to take the ultra bear case, we should at least put 20% and bear case 30%. That's why base case is 40%. But I have 6 cases here. I'm going to go through one by one. And I'll make a separate video about on how I got these numbers too, because going deep dive into Palantir, for me, it wasn't as easy as, for example, Tesla. Tesla is a whole lot easier for me than Palantir because there's still a lot of unknowns and it's hard for me to crack those unknowns. So if you guys know more about Palantir, I mean, for sure you guys know more than me in Palantir, please comment down below. I'm more interested to learn about this company. I'm trying to learn this company since like 2020, 2021. I still don't understand. I know it's a data company for the military and for big companies, but I still don't understand why they're so different. Anyways, enlighten me, comment down below. Let's start off with the ultra bear case. I'm saying here for the ultra bear case, a total revenue of 8 billion by 2030 and a net income almost reaching 2 billion. Shares outstanding is standard through all of them, as you guys can see, of 2.25 billion in shares outstanding. Now, most likely, if they're making a lot of money by 2030, they'll do buybacks for sure, but we're just keeping things conservative. That would give us an EPS of 79 cents, and this is a 20% average growth year over year. Bear case, 12 billion revenue, almost 3 billion net income, EPS of $1.20, year over year growth 30%. Base case, $17 billion in revenue, 4 billion in net income, $1.73 in EPS, and 40% growth year over year. Bull case, over 24 billion, net income 5.5 billion, EPS $2.44, and 50% growth year over year. Ultra bull case, over $33 billion in total revenue, net income $7.5 billion, EPS of triple threes, and the average growth year over year is 60%. And last but not least, the mega bull, $72 billion in total revenue and a net income over 16 billion, EPS of $7.14. That's an average growth year over year of 87%. That is a sheesh moment. Whew. Now we gotta figure out what the stock price would be. Now for Palantir, what I did is that I gave it a high PE of 70, and the reason why is because it's a tech company, a data company, and these guys, they have a high PE. For example, let's look at NVIDIA right now, they're almost at 200 PE, which is just ridiculous. But there's a reason why it's at that 200 PE. For Palantir, I'm thinking a 70 PE would make sense because they're highly growth and they're in the tech section, so they naturally have a higher PE than everyone else. So let's go ahead and start off with the ultra bear case. I'm gonna give it a 70 PE. That will give us a stock price of $55 per share and a market cap of $125 billion. In the bear case, 70 PE again, $84 per share, $189 billion in market cap. Base case, $121 per share, market cap of $273 billion, surpassing the $250 billion mark. In the bull case, $171 per share and a market cap over $380 billion. Ultra bull case, we have the stock price being $233 per share and a market cap over $500 billion, kind of like where Tesla is now. And the mega bull at 70 PE will give it a stock price of $500 per share and a market cap over $1.1 trillion. And yes, that's the reason why I put mega bull here is because there's a lot of Palantir bulls say that by 2030, the stock could be $500 per share, which would be over $1 trillion market cap if they keep diluting. So I put that here, the mega bull, so you guys can see how many shares you would need if you believe the mega bull does become true. So let's get on with that. Let's see how many shares we need now and the value of it. If you guys are ready, then why isn't that like button smashed? Come on, man. Let's go. Starting off with the ultra bear case. By 2030, Palantir stock will be $55 per share, and the stock right now is around $11 per share. You would need 18,058 shares right now today, which will be valued just under $200,000 in order to make that $1 million by 2030. $200,000 ain't pocket change, man, but that's the ultra bear case, and I'm pretty sure nobody is saying that's gonna happen. Hopefully, let's see what the bear case would be. That's gonna be a whole lot better. Bear case, $84 per share, and you would need just under 12,000 shares. That would mean a value of just under $131,000. I mean, it's a whole lot better than 200,000, but that's still not pocket change. So let's hope that the bear case won't become true for Palantir. Let's hope the base case will have more of a probability for it to happen. Almost 20 billion in revenue and 4 billion in net income. I think we could get there because they already are growing 40% year over year. So let's see, $121 per share in the base case. And the shares needed now is 8,242, which is, I mean, we're now in the 4 digits, not in the 5 digits. And the shares value today would be just under $91,000, which, I mean, we're in the 5 digits now in the value, but still, Not pocket change, but doable. If you believe the base case is going to become true, if you discipline yourself and you have a commitment, then yeah, this is definitely doable. Going to the bull case, if you think the stock price will be 171 bucks per share, then you would need 5,844 shares right now, valued over $64,000. Now again, this is a whole lot more realistic than the other three, but still not pocket change. Let's hope the ultra bull case will become true with 233 bucks per share in the stock price. And then you would need the shares right now, 4,286. This will be valued just under $50,000, which is absolutely getting realistic now if we believe the ultra bull case is going to happen. Stock price of 233 by 2030, which that's about like a 20x, 22x. Sheesh. But let's go to the mega bull case, about 500 bucks per share, where Tom Nash and Amit always say that this could potentially happen. Let's see how many shares you would need then. All you would need is 2,001 shares right now, which will be valued just $22,000. I mean, this is extremely doable. $22,000. And then it'll be $1 million by 2030 if Palantir goes to 500 bucks per share. I don't know, man. I gotta do more digging into Palantir. I mean, if that becomes true, then well, we are there. We are there. But here are the numbers, guys, from the ultra bear case to the mega bull case. Obviously, it's all a prediction alone. This is 100% going to be wrong, because as all predictions, going to be wrong. So take everything with a grain of salt and do more research. I need to do more research for Palantir because I'm not too in depth like I am with Tesla on a day-to-day basis, really, compared to Palantir. Palantir, I still don't understand how it is. So again, if you guys know more information, which I believe you guys do, comment down below. Or maybe we can get Tom Nash on here or Amit on here so they can educate me more on Palantir, letting me know why it's so important. I understand that if the world goes to World War III, definitely Palantir is going to become the world's most valued software company. Probably the world's most valued company for a significant time because they have data in the military and they can do all those crazy things that it does. And I'm glad it's an American company. Those guys, we kind of need the edge, you know what I mean? Especially in the world that we live in now. But yes, I like to get more educated on Palantir. So maybe we'll get an interview going on. Let's see, guys. But there you guys have it. This is how many shares you would need right now from the ultra bear case, also the mega bull case, to retire by 2030 to make $1 million bucks. Now, personally, guys, as I mentioned before, I'm not a Palantir investor. I'm all in into Tesla stock. And if you guys want to know how many shares you would need today to retire off Tesla stock, check out this video. You won't be disappointed. It's full of good information. Check it out. Subscribe for more and become a channel member, man. Join the community. And I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.